Check. These brain games about knowledge, intellectuals rising. See the dreams that I wanted, and then live, learn, and acknowledge obstacles in the doubting. That's nothing new to a.
What's up, guys? Episode 10 of BrainGainz TV. This is amazing, considering that I didn't even think I was ever going to start this, and I didn't think it was going to be as successful and as impactful as it has been so far. And I made it to 10 episodes, so give myself a little pat on the back, you know. And I'm so grateful for everybody who watches it, the people who watch it faithfully. Like, you guys are amazing. So I figured it would be only fitting to go back to where I started BrainGainz, right at the same park, same scenery. I was gonna go to the same spot, but there was a little complication. I saw a snake, and if anybody who know me, I don't do snakes. Not me. I ain't built for that. That's not the identity I assume. I'm not Steve Irwin out here. So, anyway, episode 10. I hope you guys had like a phenomenal week, because I know I did. Like, this whole week I've been dropping bombs on Snapchat. Just inspirational, motivational bombs every morning at the gym, on the way home from the gym, the second time in the gym, on the way to work, like everything. Like, at the track, whatever. I've been killing it. Like, and I want to keep on doing this because whenever something just pops into my head, I want to be able to just give you guys what I can. I want to pour life into you guys. I want to give you what I have inside of me. I just want to pour it out. So that's what I keep doing. That's why I love doing it. This week I had like this profound experience. I'm driving along to work. I look out the window, the sun's just shining in my eye. I see birds just flying. I'm just like, yeah, life is truly amazing. And we take it for granted every day. And at that point, I was just like, I can't take this for granted anymore. There's miracles that happen every day around us, and we don't even consider them miracles anymore because it's just so commonplace at this point. But no more of that. No more of that, guys. No more. So, let's get into this week's episode. Today, we're going to talk about identity. Your identity, my identity, their identity, everyone's identity. So, your identity, what does it mean? What does it mean to you? My identity is who I am, not who other people perceive me to be. That's a common misconception that people have. They think that their identity is what other people give them, but your identity is what you are, what you believe that you are. And the identities that you accept for yourself, those are the ones that you assume. So if you say that I'm a murderer all day, what's going to happen? Eventually your brain is going to click. You're going to create that neural pathway in your brain where it's just automatically going to assume that murderer is your identity. If you say I'm successful all day, every single day, and you start to put work in towards that, you're going to assume the identity of a successful person, and you're going to become successful. So there's power in identity, and it's very intense. So these days, everyone tries to always put so much on other people. Like, they want you to assume these identities of people that you aren't. Like, society has made us that they want us all to conform to a certain way and just be all alike. And that and identity don't really go together. You want to have your own singular identity, because you can only be you. Someone else can only be them, and so on and so forth. So choose your identity wisely. In our society now, there's like this cookie cutter approach. Like, they want everyone to be able to do the same things, learn the same way, sit the same way, laugh the same way. But it's funny that it's like that, because they also try to break us up into groups all the time. There's a different category for everything. There's rich, poor, there's black, white, there's what else? Fit, fat, you know, unemployed, employed. There's so many different categories that they try to put us in. But you pick your own identity. Whatever identity you want to assume, that's who you can become. And I advise you to pick the right ones. Like for me, your identity does change too. That's another thing. Your identity changes depending on what you want it to change too, what you grow into. That's how your identity changes. The more growth you have, the more your identity changes. Or if you don't have growth, like if you go the opposite way, you're going to assume a new identity too. It's just not going to be a good one. So back in the day, before, when I was a little bit younger, I used to assume a different identity. I used to have an identity and be known as somebody who was real goofy, never serious, always joked a lot, never could concentrate, never was focused. I was fat. Like, that was an identity that people put on me, and an identity I assumed, because that was what I believed too. So when you believe the identity that other people assume for you, you'll also assume that identity. So that was in the past. The identities that I assume now, that I put on myself, that I gave these ones to me, and I assume them every day. Some of the identities I assume now are motivator, fitness expertise, inspirational guru, model, because I've done that, avid reader, it's another one, good friend, good listener, what else? Good dresser. Let's see. I don't know. There's a lot that I could say, but I can't think of them all right now. But those are just some examples. Like, you want these identities that you assume, the things that you believe. Those are the ones you want to assume for yourself, and make them positive, make them empowering. You want them to be empowering identities that you put on yourself and that you assume. You don't want them to be disempowering. You want to only have positive ones that, you know, you're putting on yourself, not negative ones. Because, I mean, let's be real. In the world today, you're already going to have enough people trying to put negative, you know, things around you and on you and make you assume these negative identities and just speaking negativity into your life. So why would you join them? If there's going to be no one else that's going to speak positivity into your life and make you a positive identity, make it, like, at least be yourself. Like, at least let it be yourself. That's what you want to do. Like, why would you ever put some disempowering identities on yourself? Don't do it. It don't make no sense. So, like I said, your identities are very important. I ain't talking secret identities. I'm not talking Batman, Superman. I'm talking about your real identity, the real you. You know who you are. Like, and once you fully accept that, once you find out who you really are, that's when life, like, really begins. Like, once you find your why behind something, that's when everything truly begins. Like, I went through this transformation the past few years where I found who I was. I wasn't my correct identity before. I wasn't living the life that I should have been. I wasn't the person that I should have been. Now I am, and I keep on growing. Like, I'm gonna assume more identities. There's gonna be more things that add on to this, but I'm going up in a direction, not down. Like, everything's trending up, not down. And that's what I'm trying to get. That's what I'm trying to get at, and that's what you guys want it to be too. So, I know a lot of people I talk to. For instance, like relationships. Sometimes people, they get too tied up in their relationships, and you and your partner assume one identity. And that's good in some aspects, but once you start to lose your own identity because you guys have meshed together into one, that's kind of bad, because your growth gets stunted because you don't have your own singular identity anymore. And I know that was happening to me at one point in life. And then I got past that time in my life, and I assumed the identities. I just started digging them up. They kept on coming up. I started learning more, and I started adding more to my identity repertoire. And that's what I did. And that's what you're supposed to do. You just want to keep on growing and adding to it. You don't want to be the same person that you were 2 years ago. You want to keep on growing. You want to keep on assuming new identities that are positive and empowering. So that was the episode on identities. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 10 of BrainGainz TV. It's gonna get better. Don't y'all just love this scenery out here? Like, it's beautiful. Like, it really is. Like, you see it? Like, look at that river right there. That's nice. So, and this camera quality's banging. Got some nice lighting. Might be a little photographer out here. But I'm glad that you guys watched this episode. I'm gonna put up some new materials. I'll keep on putting stuff on Snapchat. So if you don't got my Snapchat, add me, the wise guy. Cause you know I'm wise. Got that wisdom. So just keep on subscribing, keep on commenting, keep on sharing, keep on liking. Just keep on doing it. And remember to assume the correct identity. Assume who you really are. And don't let anybody else put that on you. So I'm out. You know, as always, implement, inspire, impact. Implement the things that you learn. Inspire the people around you. Inspire yourself. Inspire your mom. Inspire your dad. Inspire your significant other. And impact the world. And I love you guys. You guys have a great week, and I will see you next week.
Check. These brain games about knowledge, intellectuals rising. See the dream.